Good evening, I'm Faisal Michael, and you're watching Kini News, the show that brings you today's biggest stories. Annuar Musa has been relieved of his duties as BN Secretary General, making way for someone who will be much more critical of Perikatan Nasional.
Barisan Nasional has sacked Federal Territories Minister Annuar Musa as the coalition's Secretary General. The matter was confirmed by a senior Umno leader who spoke to Malaysiakini. The decision was reached during an Umno meeting at the Putra World Trade Center in Kuala Lumpur, which started this morning. This followed Anwar's reported remarks perceived as being more friendly towards Bersatu, amid a move within Umno divisions nationwide to review ties with its allies in PN. The source also said Anwar's position will be taken over by Ahmad Maslan, along with the position of Muafakat Nasional's Secretary General. In March last year, Ahmad Maslan had also taken over Anwar's position as the then UMNO Secretary General. Ahmad Maslan has been more critical of the PN government compared to Anwar, who is a part of the government. In an interview on UMNO Online aired on Monday night, Ahmad Maslan slammed the PN government for continuing with cases against UMNO leaders.
Satu lagi ketidakpuashatian ialah bukan kerana jawatan sangat, tapi kerana kerajaan yang ada sekarang ini meneruskan kezaliman kerajaan dulu. Ini tidak wajar dibuat, ya.
Saya bagi contoh.
Kes-kes yang dibawa ke mahkamah, dia orang kata kluster mahkamah dan sebagainya ini. Kes-kes yang dibawa mahkamah ini ialah kes kezaliman zaman Mahathir, zaman Tommy Thomas, zaman Latifah Koya. Tom Mahathir dah tak ada dalam kerajaan. Tommy Thomas tak tahu pergi mana dah sekarang, Latifah Koya pun saya tak tahu ke mana dah. Tetapi kenapa kes yang mereka bawa itu masih diteruskan?
If you have an influential dad, your chances of securing a job may improve drastically, but according to Nurulhidayah, her newest role has nothing to do with her father.
SME Corporation has a new board member. It's Nurulhidayah Ahmadzah. If you think that name sounds familiar, it's probably because she is UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi's eldest daughter. Writing on Instagram, she denied that the new role had anything to do with her father. She said she had submitted her resume to Entrepreneur Development and Cooperative Minister Wan Junaidi Tunku Jaafar herself because she believed that she is qualified to contribute to the agency based on her education and experience in various fields. At a ceremony last night, Wan Junaidi appointed Nurulhidayah, an Associated Chinese Chambers of Commerce and Industry of Malaysia chairperson, Kung Lin Long, to the SME Corporation Board. SME Corporation is an agency that coordinates development programs for small businesses, provides advice, and serves as the secretariat of the National Entrepreneur SME Development Council, chaired by the Prime Minister. According to Nurulhidayah's LinkedIn page, she is the executive director at Menara Rezeki Sendirian Berhad and luxury hotel chain Riaz Group. She is also the co-founder of headwear company Kuvatur and once the head of corporate communications at Syarikat Perumahan Negara Berhad, where she started her career back in 2002. Nurulhidayah holds a master's and bachelor's degree in corporate communications from University Putra Malaysia.
If you're planning on interstate travel, the government wants you to get tested first.
Malaysia reported 2,027 new COVID-19 cases today, with Selangor reporting 509 cases, followed by Johor with 428 cases. The Health Ministry reported 8 new deaths today, bringing the death toll to 509. 11 new clusters were also discovered today. This puts the number of active clusters at 242. Meanwhile, Malaysians who plan to travel interstate or interdistrict are encouraged to voluntarily undergo COVID-19 screening before entering or leaving a red zone. The advice was given by Senior Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob at a press conference today after restrictions on interstate travel were lifted on December 7th. Ismail Sabri asked the public to take precautionary measures to ensure their own safety while the government makes a decision on interstate and interdistrict travel.
Storing the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine is going to cost a lot of money, but how much exactly? Well, today we found out.
Millions of ringgit in public funds will be used by the government on storage facilities and equipment required to store the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, which needs to be kept at -70 Celsius.
For instance, there's been a lot of concerns about the
very extraordinary temperatures with which the Pfizer vaccines have to be kept at, and whether or not we have the necessary cold chain facility. To that end, we have approved for the purchase of ultra-low temperature freezers, cold box, and also other related bekalan perubatan supplies for the cold chain, ultra cold chain facility, 16.6 million ringgit.
Science, Technology and Innovation Minister Khairy Jamaluddin said the allocation will cover the purchase of 55 ultra-low temperature freezers used to store the vaccine. Each freezer is estimated to cost between RM70,000 and RM80,000. While Putrajaya's deal with Pfizer requires the American drug manufacturer to cover delivery costs, he said it did not include storage costs. Due to its storage requirements, Khairy said the Pfizer vaccine will likely be administered to those living in urban areas. Meanwhile, on a separate matter, Khairy said he is willing to step down as minister if required to do so by his party.
Well, if my party decides at the Supreme Council, I know that there's been some news reports about what the president said, but the ultimate decision-making body in UMNO is the UMNO Supreme Council, which I'm told is meeting tomorrow, so I'm not a member of the Supreme Council. But if the Supreme Council decides and instructs for UMNO members to withdraw, then as an UMNO member, I am of course bound by the decision of the Supreme Council.
However, BN Chairperson Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has labelled as slander a report by online portal Suara TV on a purported order from him for all UMNO MPs to vacate their government positions before February 1st.
In the name of defending his family's dignity, Faisal Tajudin made a surprise appearance at a press conference organised by Syed Saddiq and his friends.
First and foremost, I would like to say that actually I admire your stand. It's time for new politics. Tapi when I got this invitation, malangnya, you have heard something which is not verified yet. Even the title itself, Scandal Tajudin, that's very malicious already. And then tadi berhubungan dengan apa yang telah dipersoalkan oleh saudara wartawan sebentar tadi. Kalau ianya betul-betul skandal, then you should have just gone and made the police report straight away. Or even to SPRM. Kenapa mau sensationalize perkara ini sebelum membuat laporan polis?
This is Faisal Tajudin, the son of Prasarana Chairperson Tajudin Abdul Rahman, who surprised many by showing up at a press conference organised by the Malaysia United Democratic Alliance, MUDA, on the controversy surrounding his father. Faisal also took it upon himself to address some of the issues raised by MUDA.
I think today the main focus that you all, I'm also a politician, alright? I know how to sensationalize matters. The main issue now, you just want to sensationalize the fact that, family members are owning, not 40%. Actually, when you divide the shares accordingly, it's only 20%. 20% stake, duit tak dapat apa-apa pun daripada government, we need to fork out our own money, and so far not a single cent has been paid or apa-apa dividend telah kami dapat. Sebab tengoklah, masalah ekonomi, we are just like anybody else, any other business people, we are suffering as well. Yeah.
The media conference was held outside the Dangwangi LRT station, right in front of the commercial building construction site owned by a company linked to Tajudin's family. MUDA questioned certain matters that the party felt were not answered well during Tajudin's press conference yesterday. Among the main issues raised by MUDA through its co-founder, Amir Abdul Hadi, was the conflict of interest over Tajudin's presence at a meeting to discuss the cancellation of a project, which was said to involve compensation of about RM80 million involving the company linked to his family. MUDA said they had been approached by several individuals who provided them documents, including minutes of the meeting in question. Taking the microphone at the press conference, Faisal questioned why MUDA did not lodge a police report if the party was convinced that there was an abuse of power regarding the issue. He also disputed MUDA's claims that the project involved government funds, saying that all payments were fully borne by the company itself.
Coming up next, a UK judge has rejected extraditing Julian Assange to US over suicide risk. A British judge ruled that WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange should not be extradited to the United States.
A UK judge ruled on Monday that Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, should not be extradited to the United States. Nearly all arguments from Assange's legal team were rejected, but the judge said she could not extradite him because of concerns over his mental health and risk of suicide in the US. Assange is accused by American authorities of breaking a spying law and conspiring to obtain secret US documents by hacking government computers. His lawyers had argued the entire prosecution was a politically motivated move by outgoing US President Donald Trump and that extradition would pose a threat to journalism. There are a total of 18 charges leveled against Assange relating to the publication of leaked military and diplomatic documents detailing alleged US military operations in Iraq and Afghanistan. The charges could add up to a maximum sentence of 175 years in prison. At a hearing at London's Old Bailey, the judge said Assange suffered from severe depression at times. Half a razor blade was found in his prison cell in May last year, and he had told medical staff about his suicidal thoughts. Jennifer Robinson is Assange's lawyer.
This is an important win and a ruling that should be celebrated. But let's not forget that she also made some very problematic findings on the free speech aspects of this case.
The case is now likely to go to the UK Supreme Court, while Assange's legal team confirmed it will apply for bail. In the meantime, he will remain at London's Belmarsh prison, where he's been held from April 2019. US prosecutors immediately stated they will appeal Monday's decision.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has ordered England into a new national lockdown to contain a surge in COVID-19 cases that threatens to overwhelm parts of the healthcare system.
The government is once again instructing you to stay at home.
British Prime Minister Boris Johnson on Monday ordered England into a new national lockdown to contain a surge in COVID-19 cases that threatens to overwhelm parts of the health system before a vaccine program reaches a critical mass. Johnson said a new, more contagious variant of the coronavirus, first identified in the United Kingdom and now present in many other countries, was spreading at great speed, and immediate action was needed to slow it down.
It's clear that we need to do more together to bring this new variant under control while our vaccines are rolled out. In England, we must therefore go into a national lockdown which is tough enough to contain this variant.
Johnson added this about the new lockdown measures.
You may only leave home for limited reasons permitted in law, such as to shop for essentials, to work if you absolutely cannot work from home, to exercise, to seek medical assistance, such as getting a COVID test, or to escape domestic abuse.
Johnson said that if the vaccine rollout went as planned, and the number of deaths responded to the lockdown measures as expected, it should be possible to start moving out of lockdown by the middle of February. However, he urged caution about the timetable and appealed to everyone to comply with the rules. Britain's economy suffered a historic crash between April and June of last year, as swathes of business were shuttered by the first lockdown, and the new lockdown is also expected to put a strain on the economy.
And that is all for me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'll be back with more tomorrow. Same time, same place. I'm Mr. Michael. Thank you for watching.